Okay, good afternoon everyone. I know I'm still between now and lunchtime, so we're going to be hungry now. But I'm going to switch here a bit and have some fun as well over here to learn about the science of inkjet printing. Right? I think that's basically the fundamental of HP inkjet printing solution. Yeah? And over the next half an hour or so, we're going to elaborate to you the science of HP inkjet printing, the value of original HP supplies, and finally how to HP deliver that value for the customer. Okay. HP started with our ink innovation back in 1979, right? And in 1984, we introduced the first inkjet printer in the market, which is the Inkjet. Right? And during that time, it's the first inkjet in the market, and it has supposedly the solution the customer desired from an inkjet solution. Right? And over the course of the last 30 years, right, we have made a great improvement on the technology in terms of quality, reliability, and consistency of output the customer is desiring. Okay. You can see from here the improvement in photo quality. 1995 was the first time we invented our first photo printer. That is 3D printing solution. And you can see there's a lot of color drop that you can see on the images. And over the course of a year, we start introducing different solutions with our 6-ink photo quality solution introduced back in 1997, and back in 2005, we have our first 8-ink photo printing solution, and now this year, and in 2008, we have introduced our 3-ink dual droplet solution, and that has in fact made a great improvement on the photo quality the customer is seeing. In fact, it's almost green now on the photograph the customer is getting for their photo printing. In the next 4 to 5 minutes, I'm going to show you a video where we have our HP ink solution chemist talking about the science of inkjet printing. Right, so you'll learn a bit about the basics of inkjet printing, and from there later I'll be elaborating on the innovation that we're coming up recently, finally on how HP delivering the value for the customer. Okay, let's play the video now. Video.
What can happen 36,000 times every second? Do you know? Now, before I answer that question, let me bring up another. What makes one ink cartridge different from another? Now, these may look the same, and you may even think they perform the same job. However, there is a difference. It's what's behind it and also what's inside of it that makes it stand apart. For example, a typical HP ink cartridge contains about 500 ink nozzles. Each one is about 1/3 the width of a human hair. When you hit print, an integrated circuit routes instructions to these nozzles. Pulses of energy create a superheated vapor bubble that forces microscopic ink droplets through the nozzle and onto the page at the equivalent of about 31 miles per hour. And that's what happens up to 36,000 times every second. It's not easy. In fact, if you were to recreate inkjet printing, taking it from a microscopic scale up to a human scale, you'd have to stand on top of a 30-story building and be able to drop a nickel into a bucket on the sidewalk below. Yeah, it's not easy. So, what's in each one of those microscopic ink droplets? No. Actually, HP ink contains a unique proprietary formulation that includes a colorant, surfactant, polymer binder, humectants, anti-curl additive, anti-coagulation additive, preservative, chelation agent, buffer, and co-solvent. With this complex formulation, printheads require less servicing or maintenance to deliver the quality and reliability you come to expect from HP. Any other formulation, even a slight change, may cause reliability issues where the ink is used to recover bad nozzles instead of hitting the paper. Failures like physical blockage in the nozzles, electrical degradation, altered colors, and reduced image permanence. HP minimizes these problems by tightly controlling the quality of each ingredient, by putting dyes through multiple purification steps, and by utilizing a proprietary process to fill each ink cartridge. You really need to understand and appreciate all that goes into design, develop, and creation of an ink system. It's not a simple feat. In fact, it takes about 1,000 prototypes before an ink system is perfected, and every HP ink cartridge is backed by ink scientists and chemists with more than 500 years of combined experience and hundreds of millions of dollars invested annually in printing and imaging, research, and development. The technology, science, and testing developed and implemented by HP add up to an investment in quality and reliability that you and your customers come to expect from HP.
Okay, I hope this video gives you a good flavor on how HP inkjet technology works. And there's a lot of science in the inkjet technology. And the ink in the ink cartridges is just not color water. There's a lot of technology and innovation that we're going to need there. Okay. Now I'm going to switch gears a bit to talk about the recent innovation of HP inkjet printing solution. We introduced our first inkjet in 1984. During that time, it was only a per print head kind of ink cartridges, and the drop size is 220 picoliter. It's a huge drop size there. Right? And over the course of the last 30 years, we have made great improvement. Now the print head can accommodate up to 4,000 nozzles per print head, right? With up to 12,000 nozzles per inch. And the size of the drop is 1.3 picoliter, which is less than 1/3 the size of the head. Okay. With that improvement, now we are able to claim that the number of drops per second has greatly improved from 1984, 1,000 drops per second that we're dropping on the paper, to now over 1 billion drops in paper on the paper. So it's a great improvement that we made over the years. In fact, that has been doubling every 18 months over the course of the last 30 years. There's two types of ink that HP is using in our ink cartridges. One is a pigment-based ink, and the other one is a dye-based ink. Okay. Pigment-based ink are the ones that usually used for office printing, because usually it's a lot bigger in drop size. You can see the size is a lot bigger, 50 to 150 nanometer. It has good fade and water resistance. So usually we design this solution for office printing. On the other hand, we have the dye-based ink, which is very, very small in drop size, 2 nanometer. Right? And that's also used on our HP ink cartridges. Okay. Those are the ones that actually will deliver attributes like high gloss, more color, and more color gamut as well. Okay? And that is ideal for people who want to print high graphic contents or even photograph. HP is not choosing one or the other solution, because both solutions has its benefit for the customer depending on the customer usage. Right? Pigment-based ink, we will use it primarily in office document printing solution, where the customer desire for speed, fade, and water resistance printing. On the other hand, in the home versatile environment where customers are printing a lot of graphic content plus photograph, then we will have the dye-based ink that is used in the ink cartridges. And that will deliver high gloss, good color for the customer printing. In a recent innovation, we have combined the best of both worlds in our dye-based solution. Now, even on the dye-based color photo printing, with the added ingredient of water resistance technology, porous optimized chromophore, which is the ingredient that we're adding onto the ink itself. We are now able to even create water resistance printing for photo. Okay. And the other key innovation is on our printing technology. We have dual drop weight technology now that has improved greatly on the drop size on the paper, allowing for great photograph printing. This is how we have transitioned in terms of delivering the photo attributes over the course of the last 20 years since we introduced the first photo printer in 1995. In the early generation back in 1995, you will see that the photo image quality is not that great. Light and ozone phase resistance are okay, but it has water issue. When you dip the photo into a water, you have water issue, and it has longer dry time as well. And cost per photo are also not what customer is desiring. Right? Back in 2000, we introduced our first Inkjet 6-ink printing solution, and that now allows us to have great improvement in photo IQ. Right? Light and ozone phase resistance, and the cost per photo has also been greatly improved over the time. Unfortunately, during that time, we still have water resistance and dry time issue on the photo printing out from the solution. Now, with the recent innovation, with the porous optimized chromophore ingredient added onto the dye-based ink, right, and the dual drop weight technology added onto those ink cartridges, we are now able to deliver balanced attribute across all the requirements that customer is looking for in photo printing, including water resistance and faster dry time. Just a bit about the dual drop weight technology. Right? How does it differ from the early generation? In the early generation, we have the cyan, magenta, and yellow. Right? They are usually bigger in drop size, up to 5 picoliter. And you will see visible drop size when you start printing them with a photograph, on the photograph. And over the course of the year, we start introducing a 6-ink solution where customer can swap out a black cartridge and insert a photo cartridge with lighter dye load. Okay? Hence, help to improve the photo IQ during that time. And back in 2008, we started introducing our dual drop weight volume solution. This solution basically allows us to have 2 drop size coming out from a single cartridge. A 5 picoliter drop size, as well as a 1.3 picoliter drop size. And they can overlap with each other, improve greatly on the graininess issue on the photo printing, and allow us to deliver grain-free photo printing. Okay? Now I'm going to illustrate to you what I meant by water resistance photograph. I need to invite someone here to be the beautiful lady for the demonstration. Can I invite the lady right here from India up the stage? So this is a photograph that's printed out with HP photo printer with dual drop weight technology and porous optimized chromophore ingredient added on. And it has the new water resistance capability. I invite you to just show this photograph into this pail of water. Show it. That's it. I'm going to leave it there until the end of the session and you can pick it up. Okay? So, that's it. Thank you. Thanks for your help. So basically, what has added as the key technology that HP advances is with the dye-based ink now we are adding the porous optimized chromophores that allow us to now have a water resistant photograph. Okay, I'm going to leave it until the end of the session and take it up. Okay, so much so about the recent innovation of HP Inkjet printing technology. Now I'm going to talk a bit about, a lot of people are concerned about cost of printing with HP. or with inkjet solution, with original HP ink especially. Right? And there's a lot of myth out there to think ink is very expensive. It's cheaper to go for alternative supplies like refill ink cartridges, especially in some of the emerging countries, right, in Asia Pacific. I'm going to talk about some of the myths. These are myths actually, right? Because the cost of printing, we cannot just look at the price of the cartridge, but the cost per page that the customer is getting out from per page of the cartridge. There's a lot of hidden costs that customers are going to get, especially if you use non-original HP supplies. Right? Using a refill cartridges would potentially create issues. Right? First of all, HP ink, as you can see from the video just now, there's over 500 man-hours working on the solution, on the ink, and over 1,000 prototypes that we have been testing before our ink is coming into the market. And it has tested extensively, especially with the printer, with the print head, and with the media as well. And to make sure that it works integrally and seamlessly to deliver the great print quality, reliability, and consistent output for the customer over the life of the printer. And indeed, in a recent survey on HP customers, it was found that those customers who have tried alternative supplies, 25% of them have actually reported damage on their printer when they start using alternative supplies. So to the customer, actually, they may not be saving money at the end by using a refill, because what they're going to get out from there is potentially a damaged printer that they need to get it to be repaired, which is a hidden cost that customers are not seeing. And there's a third-party testing that was recently done back in 2010, which has clearly illustrated that HP ink actually can deliver 2 times more pages compared to refill ink cartridges. Okay. And I'm going to demonstrate to you why later. Right? But this is definitely being tested by a third party, and it has proved that HP ink can deliver twice as many pages compared to refill ink cartridges. So for a customer who wants to print 5 pages and try and refill, at the end, they may get 250 pages and they will refill again, and they may get the balance 250 pages. And the other thing about refilling cartridges is the refill process are not in a controlled environment, and it will potentially cause a lot of reliability issue on the printer. In fact, 42% of the refill cartridges are dead on arrival. Means customer refill, go back to the office, try it out, go back to the home and try it out, doesn't work. Right? Or fail prematurely. Okay. So, as compared, in a similar test that was done by a third party, it showed that 100% of the time, original HP ink cartridges work. Okay. And finally, in terms of reliability and consistency, a lot of people feel that refill cartridges won't cause any reliability issue or consistency in the output. That's not true as well. Again, HP original ink can produce consistent output throughout the life of the printing for the printer. As compared to refill cartridges, you're going to get inconsistent output along the printout and not. And also reliability issues potentially on the ink cartridges as well as on the printer. Okay. So much so about the whole thing about how HP is delivering better value for the customer with 2 times more pages than refill cartridges. Refill cartridges will fill 42% of the time compared to original ink will be 100% reliable. I'm going to do a demo over here, having some fun here, to try out why we think alternative supplies doesn't work as well as the original supplies. The key thing to remember is HP original supplies are designed to work as an integral part of the whole HP printing system. Right? And make sure that the customer get the desired good quality, also reliability and consistency output. There's a lot of things in the ink itself that is going to affect how consistent the output is, how many pages the customer is going to get from the cartridges, and finally also the reliability of the cartridges as well as on the printer. Right? I think ink viscosity, ink drop, foam, filter, and parts. These are some of the key components in the ink cartridges itself, or in the ink itself, or in the ink properties itself that's going to affect the number of pages that the customer is going to get out from those cartridges. Right? The reliability and the good quality. Okay? Ink viscosity is the number one. Ink viscosity basically describes how fast the liquid can flow out from the bottle or from the beaker. Right? You can see that there's two liquid there. Right? The first one is flowing very fast, the second one is going to flow very slowly. The second one has a higher ink viscosity compared to the first one, which is lower ink viscosity. And it's very important to the design and intent to work with the HP printing solution. Right? I'm going to invite two journalists up there to just demonstrate if we have liquid with two different viscosity, what is going to be potentially the impact, right, that customer will see. I'm going to invite the gentleman from Malaysia and from Thailand. Yeah. Just stand here and stand here. Okay. This is two different liquid with two different viscosity, basically. Right? I'm going to ask the gentleman from Malaysia to hold it here, and you hold this here. Okay. What they're going to do is to pour both the liquid into this bowl. Right? You pour into this bowl and you pour into this bowl. Then we count 1, 2, 3, then you start. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, stop. Okay, so you can see from here, right? This one, low ink viscosity, with desired ink viscosity, the ink will all flow out, and it all will come into the bowl. It's like an ink that was designed with the intended viscosity, all the ink will come out onto the pages. As compared to this liquid here, which is not designed with the intended viscosity, so you're going to have a lot of leftover, right, in the cup here. At the same time, we've got great issue, right? You're going to have a lot of servicing needed to be done because all this residual liquid is going to cause issue on the ink cartridges as well. Okay, so again, this is basically to illustrate the viscosity difference, how you will impact the number of pages up. Right? The liquid is the same, but what you get out from here, and what you get out from here is very different. Right? This is 2 times more than this one, in terms of the number of liquid that's coming out from here. Okay, so thank you for your help. The other thing is about ink drop size as well. Ink drop size in the ink itself is a very important part of the design intent as well. Okay. If you have an ink drop that is too small, what you're going to get is a very faded printout. Faded printout, right? But maybe you will get a lot more pages, but the printout is faded and you don't get the desired quality that you want. Compared to the one that we have a correct drop size, the printout quality is what we want, and the number of pages is what has been stated in the test. Okay. And finally, if you have a very, very large drop size, what is going to happen is we will have very garnished print quality. The number of pages getting out is going to be a lot lesser than what was designed intended. Okay. So ink drop size is another key design intent. So again, this will clearly illustrate. Original HP supplies, because we designed it with the whole printing solution with HP. We are designing with the number of pages that we're stating on the ink cartridges on the HP website and with the quality that customer desires. If you go for a refill, you won't know what other ink drop size that they're putting on the ink cartridges. Right? You may get a very faded printout, or you can get a very large drop size with a lot less number of pages, a lot of garnish printout as well. So it will affect not only the number of pages that's coming out from the ink cartridges, but also the quality, right, of the printout. Okay. The other key component in the ink cartridge is the filter. Right? This is the filter here. Right? This is the foam in the cartridge. I'll explain a bit about the function of foam later. Okay, this is the filter that's in the ink cartridges. So the ink will be sitting in the foam here, and it will pass through the filter, go through the nozzle, and come out from here. Okay. The filter serves a very important function to actually filter out the impurities in the ink. Right. HP ink are designed with 0.001% impurity, right? 0.001%. So 99.99% purity in our ink. Okay. So in the normal case, where you have the normal ink, you're going to have the filter serve the function to actually track all the impurities. So this black particle is the impurity. This is the filter. This is the ink that's dropping out. With the filter, you filter out the impurities, which is the black dot here, and the ink will finally come out onto the paper with what you desire. However, if you use ink that was with a lot of impurities, right? What is going to cause over time is the impurities will start clog up the filter. Start clogging up the filter. Okay? And what happens is then your ink will not be able to flow out smoothly through the filter onto the paper. Okay? And what happens over time? Over time, with all this impurity, it's going to corrode, right, the filter and create a worn filter, a broken apart filter. What happens? So all the impurity will start flowing out onto the paper, and you will see bad print quality on your photo or print or paper. Okay? So it's very important. I mean, this basically telling us, because the filter is designed with the intended purity in mind for the ink, if you start using refill ink, I mean, there's no guarantee what are the ink that they are designing, what are the purity, especially in terms of building the ink, manufacturing the ink. I mean, there's no guarantee of what kind of purity they can control in their manufacturing environment. And on top of that, during the refilling process, you're going to get a lot of impurities going through that as well. Right? So what happens is with this, you're going to create issue on the filter, right? And hence affecting the print quality. Okay. Now I'm going to switch gear a bit to the foam, right? HP ink cartridges come with the foam here. A lot of you might be wondering why HP has such a good foam in the ink cartridges, right? Why do we need the foam in the ink cartridges? Why don't we just fill up ink without the foam in the ink cartridges? Right? Is HP trying to make it bigger with the foam, that kind of thing? So that's not true. Right? So I'm going to tell you the function of the foam, the meaning. But before that, let me just give you a bit of a science of why we need the foam. Okay? Imagine you have the ink fully filled up on the ink cartridges. What happens is, because the ink is fully filled, it has very high pressure, right? You're going to force a lot of ink out from the ink cartridges, right? And that will actually create flooding nozzle. That means a lot of ink falling out, but it's not what you actually want, right? As compared to, on the other extreme, once you use finish all the ink, very little ink left over on the ink cartridges. What will happen? Right? Because the pressure is getting so low, it's going to create too low a pressure for the ink to flow out smoothly. So you're going to get starving nozzle. It means you're going to create quality of the printout potentially for both the cases. right? For the flooding nozzle, you're going to create this kind of issue where you have so much ink falling on the paper. On the other hand, the starming nozzle, you're going to create faded ink quality, right? Because not all the ink is going to fall on the paper. Okay? So what do HP do, right? Because ink will change over time, right? It started with a high fill, a lot more ink, and over time it's going to get a lot lesser ink on the ink cartridges, right? So what do HP do? To control the pressure. And we need to have a mechanism to control the pressure over time. So foam serves as a very important function, right? To make sure that we have a consistent pressure on the ink that deliver the consistent flow of ink onto the paper, right? Hence, delivering the quality. Hence, delivering the quality that's desired. Okay. So now I'm going to maybe do a quick demo on the foam itself as well, right? To let you understand why foam is so important, right? In terms of the design, right? Maybe let me get someone from Vietnam, China, okay, China, with the green shirt, guy, yeah? And someone from the back, Hong Kong. Come out here. We'll do a quick demonstration on why foam is so important, right, in terms of the design of that, right? Okay, this is two different types of foam, right? This is not the foam that we use on the cartridges. I'm going to just demonstrate it, right, on why it has such an important function, right? So we're going to ask both of you, one to hold this, you hold it. Both dip this, both of this into the water. I'm going through. Hang it there. Okay. And pull it up. You can see this one is flowing slowly. This one has all the liquid already flowing out. Because this is a long foam that was used, so all the ink was going to flow out immediately. Compared to this one, it's going to flow out smoothly over time with a consistent pressure. Okay. So this again illustrates the importance of the foam. Let's do another experiment here. Okay. Imagine you have the right foam. Yeah, or ink come out already. Okay, so all gone up. Okay, so we're going to demonstrate this foam. This is, imagine the correct foam that HP is using, right? Okay. This time we have this two liquid here, remember? It's the orange juice, the low correct viscosity. This one is another one with very high viscosity. Right. This is, imagine this is the original HP. This is a reduced ink. Just okay, so I'm going to ask you to first hang this, hold this here, and put it inside here. Okay, take it out. So you can see the liquid will actually flow up. Compared to this one, imagine this foam was used on this particular high viscosity liquid. What will happen? So dip this one here, take it out. All the ink will be stuck there and it can never come out. Right? So again, using the correct ink is important because the foam was designed with a certain ink properties in mind, hence delivering the quality of output. Okay, thanks for the demonstration. Okay, can you hear me? Okay, that's good. Okay, so finally, right, in terms of the parts that was designed with the ink cartridges. Right, the ink cartridges designed with the intended number of pages, the filter, the nozzles that come designed with the ink cartridges designed with the number of pages as well. So we start going for refill or remanufacture process, we're going to create worn out part over time. The part is going to be worn out because it was not designed to handle that pages that's coming up from this particular cartridge that was designed. And hence creating quality on the printout as well. As well as reliability issue on the cartridges, plus potentially because of ink leaking out, creating reliability issue on the printer. Okay? So, in summary, HP ink cartridges basically is the one that completes the experience for the customer. Right? The printer, the ink, and the paper are designed to work as an integral part of the whole HP printing system. Right? And to make sure that customer gets the desired output, reliability, and consistent output with those three solutions together. Okay? And in terms of delivering value against a refill or alternative supplies, we have again proven that HP can deliver 2 times more print compared to a refill ink cartridges that was again proven and tested by a third party. And HP is proven to be 100% reliable. And with these two, you will make less wastage for the customer. Okay. With that, I'm going to basically end my presentation by putting up this photograph. Show that this photograph is still intact. Right? Okay. So basically, again, with HP continued innovation in the HP printing technology, they allow customers to get complete good experience of print quality, consistency, and reliability, and finally delivering the best value as compared to alternative supplies. Okay, that will end my presentation. I hope you have a great evening, great afternoon on your factory tour later.